Hello and welcome to Business Insider with Mario Toneguzzi on YYC Business, brought to you by MegaPixx Media. Joining me today is John Hepburn, who is CEO of MyTax. Thanks for joining us today, John.
Well, thanks, Mary. It's my pleasure to be with you today.
Well, let me ask about a recent initiative, financial initiative that MyTax has launched to help small businesses. Can you talk a little bit about what that initiative is?
Yeah, it's actually, we started it last year as a result of some additional federal funding we received. And it's to help small and medium enterprises. And MyTax, for those who don't know us, we're a national organization that helps companies innovate through partnership projects between post-secondary institutions and the companies. And the projects are driven by student interns, highly skilled interns who work with the companies to solve problems. Mm-hmm. And most of our business historically and presently has been with small and medium enterprises. And so with the COVID pandemic, we asked our federal funders for permission to reduce the cost, because traditionally these internships the cost is split 50-50 with the enterprises. We wanted to reduce the cost for small and medium enterprises to 25% of the cost of the internship. That was very successful, and we were allowed to continue it this year with our federal funders. Alberta funds us generously, and so we're able to roll this program out for the benefit of small and medium enterprises in Alberta, and it's a continuation of what we did last year. Mm-hmm.
So what's the impact that the programs like this have for small businesses?
Oh, lots of impact. Basically, the idea is that the small and medium enterprises get access to, high-priced talent, and that can be, graduate students, people with PhDs, postdoctoral fellows, and of course, we started a program with business students, and they basically go in and solve a company's problems. But at the same time, the students are learning about, life in the real world and how to apply their academic skills to real problems. So access to fantastic talent that otherwise the companies may not have access to, and really focused problem solving abilities. And it's been very successful. Typically, the small and medium enterprises will, in fact, not typically, but often, the small and medium enterprises will hire these people after they're finished their internship because, they prove their value and help out the companies.
Mm-hmm. Could you just backtrack a second and talk a little bit more about MyTax? How did this come about? How did the organization start and begin?
The historical development, MyTax, which stands for nothing now, it stands for MyTax. And by the way, that's an ACS at the end and not an AX. People think we're some sort of an accounting firm. We started as 21 years ago as an academic network of basically applied mathematicians, federally funded across Canada, smart people solving mathematics and information technology problems, and decided again, almost 20 years ago that, talent should be deployed to solve industry problems as well as academic problems. And so we started this internship program originally with PhD students being put into industry for collaborative research projects between industry and universities. And the program's grown since 2003. It started as a sort of a boutique, let's just do this as part of our research program. And MyTax transitioned from being a research network. About a decade ago, we transitioned into being MyTax that didn't stand for mathematics, et cetera, into the current not-for-profit. And we are going to do over 20,000 of these internships this year. So we're quite a large national organization. We have, in Alberta alone, we've got close to 20 MyTax employees helping out businesses, especially small and medium enterprises. We're across the country, St. John's to
I was just going to ask you that if you were right across the country and all.
Oh, absolutely. We've got people in Edmonton, Calgary, and Lethbridge right now.
Super. Then, when you look at the state of small businesses in Canada right now, what are some of the key things that you see that they need to do, I guess, to survive and carry on despite the economic turmoil that has been present here for the last year and a half or so?
Well, initially, it's interesting. Initially, we thought, okay, it's there's a cash crunch. Companies are going to suffer, from financially. What we have found, in fact, is we've doubled our business since the start of the pandemic. There's a lot of demand. And I would say the number one challenge for everybody, but especially small and medium enterprises trying to innovate, is talent.
Yeah.
There's an arms race on for talent. And we've got a lot of talent in Canada, a lot of demand for that talent south of the border. And I think that for small and medium enterprises, getting access to talent, being able to have the talented people available in the post-secondary institutions. And by the way, MyTax also works with colleges and polytechnics, not just universities.
Okay.
And getting access to that talent, being able to use that talent to solve problems, I think that's the number one challenge for small and medium enterprises.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. Anything else, John, you wanted to add before we leave today?
No, I'd like to add that we love Alberta. The Alberta government supports us quite generously.
Oh, really? Yeah.
We're expanding our business in Alberta, and any small and medium enterprise that needs help, needs access to talent, should just get in touch with us at MyTax. We've got business development people, as I say, throughout the province. They work direct. That's the MyTax secret sauce. We have skilled business development people who work with companies to understand their problems and then find them the talent and the academic supervisors who can help them out.
So just one last question then,
Sure.
in terms of the range of businesses and industries basically across the board?
Everything. We MyTax is, in spite of the initial mathematics name, MyTax can source talent from creative arts on through to quantum physics. The companies, it's not just companies, but not-for-profits, municipalities. Anybody who's got a problem that talent can solve, we're anxious to talk to them.
Okay, super then. Well, thanks very much, John, for joining us today.
Thank you very much for the interest.
All right, super. That was John Hepburn, who is CEO of MyTax. This has been Business Insider with Mario Toneguzzi on YYC Business, brought to you by MegaPixx Media. Thanks for joining us.